Going on? Welcome back to the Heir Brand Podcast. This is season 3, episode 28. To continue the ing season, this episode is titled Overthinking. Let's start that. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Heir Brand Podcast. This is season 3, episode 28 of the ing season. So today's title is called Overthinking. So, like many episodes before, are you living your best life for you? And I feel like I am, because I'm doing what's best for me, taking time for myself, going after what I want, doing the things that I want, especially in a positive manner. But dive more into overthinking, like probably more than any person I know, I have trouble with overthinking. And I say that because I've struggled way more in the past with overthinking than what I do now. And I feel like overthinking can make or break you. Basically, like for me, for example, I tend to be my own worst enemy because overthinking. Like, it's one side of me, it's all cool, calm, and collective. And then I guess when something kind of I feel like it erupts my pattern or my way, it's like, oh, the other side kind of takes over. So it's like, we don't feel like it don't feel like everything's going right, or it seems like things are too good to be true. So many times in the past, it had ruined things for me, either relationships or me either getting a personal trainer, like for basketball years ago. And if you've been listening, that was one of my dreams a long time ago. But I feel like we're overthinking. Even if you're not your own worst enemy, you can get in your own way by overthinking. Because, for example, I'm gonna share this because I'm okay with sharing some type of, like, I guess, personal things, depending on what it is. Everyone knows I'm a hopeless romantic. So when it comes to love, like, when I love, it's real. It has no bounds. And I have loved people in the past before, but this is person I come to find out, like, I love them. Like, I'm in love with them. And it scared me because I didn't think the feelings were there, or I wasn't sure, or maybe I was afraid that it wasn't true. But I think the main thing, I wouldn't say I was scared. I think it's just on the lines of, like, the people I love. So this type of love that I have for this person overshadows any love I ever had for anybody. So it's like I'm sitting there overthinking, like, all them times that I've loved somebody, it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything at all. Like, or like, was it real? Because this love I have right now is something I never even thought of. Like, it's probably something that I could, like, that I dreamt about. But it's picturing it and, like, seeing it in live actually happening is like, who would have guessed it? And it was a point where I was overthinking before I even uttered the words "I love you." Just like since season 1, like I talk about in relationships, you have that question. So what we doing? And I caught myself even texting those very same words. So the other side of me was like, "No, ain't no way. We can't let this happen." So I started acting differently and stuff because ultimately I was scared, because if this love is the way I feel, then the love that I had for anybody didn't really matter and didn't amount to this, because this overshadows any of that all the way through and through. So I was like, because I don't try to play around with that. Like, when I love hard. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that. More importantly, even when I first started podcasts, that's where most of the conversations went. Is either talked about my past relationships or what I would want in a person. So literally, it just came into fruition. Like the person that actually sees me for me, and I couldn't ask for anything better because how it is, the patience, the time, the taking in, the thoughtfulness, the kindness, the love, of course. It's like, wow, it's like whatever I talked about before, I just spoke it into existence of the person that I wanted. So it's like, finally, no more crying, that's for sure. And just like thinking that you're not good enough for anybody, and like thinking that if you mattered or not. Because I'm not the best man out there. I don't think. Like, I mean, I feel like back in like when I even started how I was raised and stuff. I feel like I was one of them. But of course, certain men still do the same thing. Some men go above and beyond. So, and I feel like I reached that status in a way because like I never changed who I was. I think I matured even more because I'm is the things that I do is done with a purpose. And I think when you get caught out of overthinking, you think clearly and you picture things clearly. Like the vision is there. Like everything is coming into fruition, and like the reality that you even thought of is there. So it's not some dream anymore. Like you're living that reality. So I say for the people that do overthink, don't get in the way of your own self and stop yourself from getting that type of love that you always wanted, getting the type of job that you always wanted, or really career that you always wanted. Don't be the person that gets in the way of your dreams, because some people do dream of love. Definitely the hopeless romantics like myself. Everything that you do, the love flows through that, through your art, your music, your poetry, dance, praise, your literature, your film, your acting, whatever it is you do, all your love flows through that, especially if you're a loving person and has a big heart. You want to share the things that you love, so that love is going to pour into those things. So don't be the person that gets caught in their head. You know what's for you, and you know not what's for you, and you know what you want. So don't settle for less at all. Yeah, your time is coming. Don't get. I keep saying that. Keep saying it. Don't give up, man. It's a good thing. Like I make myself happy, but this type of things going on, just like getting hit with different type of emotions. I'm like, man, they got me all over the place. But it's in a good way. Like I don't feel stressed or anything. Like I'm not overwhelmed at all. Like I know what's going on. Like it's a real good thing. It's great. Even shout out to Amber Jones, because she definitely said I'll get a great black woman, and I feel like I finally do. And you can take that with what you will, whoever's listening, whatever. If you feel offended by that, that's your own. That's between you and your whoever. But everybody has preference and stuff, so I'm not ashamed of that. So, but love is love. You love who you want to love. That's all it is. And I feel like too with overthinking, some people, like I have, sometimes I do care about too much of what people think, because I'm like, it's so many times like someone always has something to say to criticize something that somebody was doing or what I was doing. So I'm like, I don't know, people need to just mind their business, pay the business that minds you, or whatever you want to say. Because you're not getting paid to mind other people's business. And then if that was the case, a lot of people would be rich off of that. I just hope other people get a type of love that they want, or even aspirations for anything that they want out in life. It's gonna come into fruition, and you're gonna remember this day, or remember the day that you either wrote it down So hopefully you write down your goals, or it's even on your vision board. It's going to happen. You just have to trust the process and continue moving forward. Don't hold yourself back by overthinking. It causes a lot of headaches, physical, definitely mental headaches. Like, make sure your psyche is okay, because especially for the people that are their own worst enemy, because you can get in your own way. You can get in your own way, especially if it's something good for you. If it's something good for you, you can ruin it. You can self-sabotage. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. They self-sabotage. And I've been there before too. But you'll finally realize what you have for the things that you actually want. You have these aspirations. You have these interests. Some people have lists of the type of person that they want. Just like you have lists of whatever job or career that you want to have. Like, you dreamed of these things. Just don't get too caught up in your head, and you don't get to live out these things. You don't get to live out these aspirations. You dream it for a reason. You wrote it down for a reason. You believe in it for a reason. It's a all-ending purpose to these things. And you just got to continue going and truly want this for yourself. Either you have a split personality, the other side, whatever. Alter ego. Don't let it. You can get in the way and stop yourself for something really meaningful that could change your life forever. Love who you want to love. Care for who you want to care about. Dream what you definitely desire, because you don't want to be the reason you don't get the desires of your heart. Overthinking can definitely make or break you. You just got to decide which one it entails for you on your journey. Because we're on this journey called life. Don't block yourself from not being with the love of your life. That'll have you sick. And you don't want that. That's some true happiness, like, you can miss out on. So make sure you don't miss out. Because I recently been to a wedding for my friend from college, Michael. And just being there, like, because I was a groomsman in the wedding. And just being there, it just made me think, like, yeah, I want that to be me one day. And I feel like I deserve that. So get out of your head, especially if it's nothing negative. Especially if it's something negative. If it's something positive, by any means, think it through, envision it, picture it, dream about it, daydream about it, have deja vu, have it, overthink about it so much that you have deja vu until it comes into reality. But if it's something negative, let it go. Do not feed into that. It will eat you up, all from the inside. So everything that you do is probably going to be negative. Only thing that you should be focused on is positive things that motivate you to get to where you want to be and what you want. As simple as that. This has been the Heir Brand Podcast. I don't know when I'm going to do a season finale. I'm not sure. I still have people that I plan to have up there to talk about a lot of things. And thank you for the people that's still listening, because I don't know, unless y'all nosy or something, because one episode, my mental health episode, was number 1, but this one episode became number 1 now. It got over 230 downloads, which is crazy. I was like, oh, wow. But I appreciate that. And I don't know, maybe I need to do some subscriptions or something. People have been asking me about that, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like charging somebody to listen to me or something like that. So maybe I'll do that, and y'all just get the video for free on YouTube. Let's see where that goes. Maybe not. But this has been Heir Brand Podcast. I appreciate everyone for listening and telling people about the podcast. That means a lot. It's all love. Appreciate you. You can follow me on TikTok at Relatable Nostalgia, Instagram, JAir to the Throne. My business is Air Designs. You can find it on Air Designs. Subscribe to the gaming channel, Air Gaming, Space Ranger Gaming, 90210 Gaming. Y'all be blessed.